If you're a Star Fox fan, then there's a good chance you've heard of Dylan Cuthbert. You know, the guy who moved to Japan in the early 90s to help create the original Star Fox game on the Super Nintendo, as well as its unreleased sequel, Star Fox 2, and how he then went on to start his own Japanese-based company, Q Games, which itself went on to develop Star Fox Command and Star Fox 64 3D. So yeah, Dylan's been involved on and off with the Star Fox series for quite some time, but that doesn't include the just released Star Fox Zero. So when I found out that he was going to stream himself playing Star Fox Zero for the first time on their Twitch channel, Q Games TV, I knew I had to tune in. I mean, here we had the creator of the first Star Fox game playing what is essentially a reboot of his original game, and I wanted to see his take on it. And perhaps not terribly surprisingly, but it seems that even being the creator of Star Fox isn't quite enough to make the controls easy to come to grips with.
Let's doing it again.
You're blocking your face.
Oh, no, I have to move this. Here we go.
Is that working?
Yeah, no, okay, got it now. I got it.
The entire stream is actually quite funny, and I recommend checking it out. But that's not why I'm making this video. Because instead, throughout the stream, Dylan gave some interesting behind-the-scenes details on the making of Star Fox, what it was like to work alongside Shigeru Miyamoto, and he even busted a couple of widespread myths about the game and even himself. And that's why we're here right now, because I put together the top 5 details I found interesting from his stream. So let's get started.
Good luck.
And first up are a couple of facts about Star Fox's first level, being Corneria. Or should I say Cornelia? Or maybe Corneria? I'm not quite sure, but the point is that, according to Dylan, Corneria was originally going to be spelled with an L somewhere within the name, but he didn't specify exactly where. But then he also shed light on why the L might have been dropped, because Corneria was meant to sound like the word cornea, as in the outer part of the eyeball. And this is because Corneria was meant to be the eye of the galaxy. Neat! Do you remember that weird slot machine boss in the original Star Fox? Yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto thought it was pretty weird too, and that didn't really fit anywhere in the game, which is why they ended up creating an entirely new secret level just for it called Out of This Dimension, which they then filled with all kinds of other weird stuff. But that begs the question, why a slot machine anyway? Well, according to Dylan, who both designed and programmed it, the team had just implemented scrolling textures into the game, but they weren't quite sure how to use them. So Dylan came up with the idea of basing a boss on a slot machine, since its turning wheels were a perfect showcase for the scrolling texture technology. If you're a longtime Star Fox fan, then there's a good chance you've heard the theory that the Star Fox crew are actually amputees, that they voluntarily had their legs and feet replaced with mechanical counterparts in order to better sustain high G-forces. Now this theory is primarily based on the artwork and puppets designed for the original game, which do show the characters' lower extremities being apparently made of metal. Yeah, it's kinda dark. So for this one, let's check in with Dylan directly.
What?
Yeah.
No, that was like
Is
just
that
made
a
up.
fan theory?
Is that
That's
just
a
fan?
That's not true.
Of course it's not true.
Oh, way.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it was like that because like when
That's weird.
No,
That's
yeah,
really weird.
No, I watched this one guy. He said
They're just making that shit up.
So those aren't their legs. It's just like
They're just boots. They're just metal boots.
No,
oh my gosh.
That's
I
You mean they're furries? I mean, they're furry peg legs. They're peg leg furries in spaceships. What the hell is that? People have the weirdest imagination.
So there you have it, we can finally put that theory to rest. But that's not the only myth he addressed. Pretty much anytime you see an article about Dylan Cuthbert pop up, I can guarantee you that someone in the comments is going to point out that he's also married to Shigeru Miyamoto's daughter. This is something that really does pop up again and again and again, and it's all based on this single image. So is it true? Well, we'll let Dylan address this one as well.
I think we get all our information from NeoGAF, like, you know, that I'm married to Miyamoto's daughter, that kind of shit. Like, he doesn't have a daughter. He has 2 sons. I'm married to his son.
You heard it here, folks.
You gotta love the imagination of the internet.
And finally, Dylan shed a little bit more light on what it's like to hang around with Shigeru Miyamoto. And as it turns out, Miyamoto's a pretty big fan of telling some bad jokes. And Dylan even gives one as an example.
He's famous for it. He's famous for bad jokes. And he goes, well, you know, if you're in broken English, he's like, you know, if you're in a toilet and you've had a crap and there's no toilet paper left, what do you do? Oh, sorry, there's one square of toilet paper left. What do you do? And we were just like, we don't really know what the punchline. We no idea. We were like, no idea.
And I'm gonna cut it off right there. because the rest is kinda gross. So to catch the rest of the joke, make sure to check out the full stream starting in about 1 hour and 32 minutes. You'll find a link to that in the description below. And with that, that's the top 5 things I found interesting from Dylan's stream. But again, I do recommend checking out the full thing for yourself. So thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for even more videos like this.